It's 11 November 2017. I've been at site for like 16 months, so I'm like solidly in my service, and this is how I'm living on a Sunday, the day after a storm. The last time I did a house video was about a year and a half ago, and I kind of came to this realization that I didn't really depict what life was like here in my village very well because I hadn't really been at site very long. I think in the last video I didn't even have a cabinet in my room for my clothes. So here is my house. This is my front gate here. Now this is the main house here, and if you see over there where I'm going to take you next, that's my house with the tent. This is a house that was made for my host brother, but right now he is working in the city. If you come over here, I'll show you my latrine. Here's an interesting fact about latrines. You don't want to be in them at nighttime because flies will nestle down in the hole, and they will be attracted to the light you bring in, and they will come up, and it's not very pleasant to be using the latrine and having flies come up your butt. So here's my latrine. This is what I used to, they put little holes in top, and they just put kind of like a soapy water mixture there to wash your hands after. And here's what my latrine looks like. Pretty standard. You know, you just come in here. It's actually kind of nice. Benefit of a latrine is it's separate from the house, so you don't have to deal with smells or anything like that. It's just across the yard. This is where we keep our goats. The goats are right now in pasture, so they're out and about in the neighborhood. So they're very loud. I live on a farm, so we have goats, we have chickens. Sometimes I see wild dogs, but they usually come around at night. And cows. Tons of cows. Here is our garden, which is nice. I don't have to buy onions because my host mom will come and garden here. It's a nice plot. They have tomatoes, onions, and then also the stalks that grow up of the top of the onions are green onions, and a couple other things in there. I think they have like squash. This is my yard. This lines the property. Instead of having like fences and stuff in the yard to kind of have a property line, except for the front gate, there are these plants, and these plants are really prickly, so they kind of prevent the cows and stuff from coming in the yard if they don't want them to come in. Let me bring you around over here. This is where I do my laundry. I hang my laundry there. Right now where I'm living is a place called Esiweni, and I'm just southeast of Swaziland. In fact, if you look this way, hey Unjan! Give you a nap. If you look this way at the little dip there, that's a place called Ingwavuma. We have a lot of volunteers over there too, but I don't live over there. I have to pay like 30 Rand to get up there, which is like $2 US. But over there, that's Swaziland, which is really cool. Swaziland is a beautiful place too. This is the main house. This is my house. There's my host brother. He's very angry at me right now because he's watching a movie in the tent, and I'm making him watch The Avengers 2, and he says he's seen it 4 times, but his friend has never seen it. So I told him he's got to suck it up and watch it over again. That's why he's upset. So this is my house here. That's another house that hasn't been used yet, that just got built. Hey, I'm making a video. Another one. That's my host sister. Let's check out inside my house. But first, just to show you how big it is. So, it's pretty normal size, you know. I've seen volunteers who have smaller houses, and I've seen volunteers who have much bigger houses. So I'd say mine is pretty conservative. Here's my tent they just set up yesterday. I taught Owetsu how to build it, and Bunny is watching Avengers 2. Before we enter my house, for the sake of realism, I haven't done any cleaning, because I want to be able to look at this video in the future and say that's exactly how I was living. So first, I've got my water filter. That hasn't changed. There's my pee bucket. I pee in there at night, and then I dump it out because who wants to go in the yard to pee when you gotta do that? Here is what I cook on. Here are all my dishes. Here, these are freshly washed. What I do is I take my dishes and I put them in this one, and this is like where all the clean dishes go. And I actually use this as a little bin to wash my hands when I'm cooking and stuff. These pieces of wood are to kind of, when I close the door, there's a pretty big gap there. And so you put the wood to keep bugs out, which isn't too common, but you also put the wood to keep the wind at bay because it will come in pretty strong. This is what I pour water into. I almost said amanzi. Amanzi means water in Zulu. Yeah, that's where my water is. This is my pseudo trash can here. This is my fridge. I realize it's very posh-core to have a fridge, but let me tell you, the electricity goes out like 3 or 4 times a week, so I know, making excuses, but I love my fridge. I'm gonna show you what's in my fridge. Okay, I get these 5 kg things of mixed chicken pieces, and they're so freaking good. That's my staple meat. These are just like little sausages that they had. When it gets really hot, I take these, I pour water into 2-liter soda bottles, and then when it gets too hot, I literally just lay there and I put it underneath my armpit. I just went shopping, so I've got, let's see, onion, garlic. This is onion from the garden, like I said. I use these things to flavor my food. They're just little food flavoring things. I drink this stuff. It's called Fusion. This stuff is so cheap, and it's just, you mix it with some water, and it's just dairy blend concentrate. I've got everything I need. Lettuce. Usually my staples are polony. Usually my staples are a sandwich for lunch. In the morning time, I eat oatmeal if I have it. I don't have oatmeal right now because I keep forgetting to buy it. And then for dinner, I usually fry all that stuff and maybe put some baked beans in there or some chopped tomatoes. As you saw, there's a lot of tomatoes in there right now, so I might save these because these are non-perishable. This is what I drink every day. I drink a cup of this stuff every morning. It's just instant coffee. Not a big fan of instant coffee. It really doesn't taste good at all, but it is coffee, so I'm used to it. I think I'm gonna have my brain is going to explode when I get back to the States and I start having normal coffee again because I'm so used to the cheap instant stuff. Which isn't to say that South Africa does not have good coffee, because there is very good coffee to be had. And if I was a little less lazy, I would actually buy like a French press. They have those here. But it's just laziness talking. It's not like a Peace Corps experience. There's my world map there. I love these maps on my walls. When I first moved in, I kind of felt like, oh my god, I'm the map guy, you know? But I love it because anything I'm watching, if it references a place in America or a place in the world, I can pause it and show my host brother like, hey, this is where in the world this is. So his geography is like top notch now, like he knows what's up. And also when I'm thinking of traveling and stuff, or when I'm talking on the phone, I have friends all over the United States, and when I talk to them, it's cool to like see where they are. Like I had a friend that is from Oklahoma, and she was going up to Kentucky, and she was asking me, okay, I'm in Springfield, Missouri, how close am I? And all I had to do was go, you're this close. Which I guess isn't very accurate, but. This is what I bathe in. I'll show you how I bathe. Okay. So, yeah, you lean over like this, and what I do is I get on my knees here, and I bring the water up, and I do just my head so it doesn't get all over the floor. And then I wash my hair and my face with some soap, and then I rinse, and then I actually sit in the tub like I'm sitting now. I hope this isn't weird on the side. I sit in the tub like this, kind of like on my butt, and then I bathe. Everybody does it differently. When I first got to site, I didn't use my mosquito net, but what I've done now for added privacy and for the benefit of having my window open at all times and still keeping the bugs out, I cut it up and I hung it up like this. When it gets really hot, I can keep the window open and have that cross breeze come through from the front door, and I don't have bugs crawling all over me. I did the same thing over here on this side with the other half. This is what my bed looks like right now. I usually make my bed every day. I promise. I'm not just saying that. Pictures on my wall. Here is my closet. As you can see, I'm limited on space here, so I can't open it all the way. I'm not kidding you when I say this cabinet is about 300 pounds. It is seriously heavy. I cannot move it. I don't even know how the hell we got it in here. We had like 5 people carry it in, and it still was a struggle. Yeah, so there's a top shelf up here where I keep my books and stuff, and then the shelving down here is, you know, just all my crap. So there's nothing real special about the inside of my closet. This is where I watch my movies and I eat and stuff. I'm trying to think about what I want to remember about this place when I leave. It's nice. It's a nice little space. I do well. I think now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to the places you might not otherwise see in a video like this. I'll take you to where we burn our trash. Uh-oh, you still mad? He's still mad at me. So this is a trash pit here. In South Africa, they burn their trash. When I first moved here, I was like, oh my God, they're burning trash. But it's what you gotta do. So I just take my stuff. I take that little trash thing there and I just put it here. They collect cans, so I don't know if you saw inside, but I have a plastic bag full of cans that I give to my host mom because she can get some money out of it. But isn't this a beautiful view though? I wanna remember this. It's beautiful. Swazi behind me. I'm not gonna miss stepping in poop perpetually. I don't know how my host bro does it barefoot because here are the tyrannical chickens that bother me every day. Let me tell you a little lesser known fact about chickens. Male chickens rape female chickens. They will jump on them and basically knock them down and do their thing, and it's really disturbing. Bet you didn't know that about chickens. Here's where I got my water from. This is very posh-core of me to have a spigot to get water from. They saved up for, I don't really know how long they saved up, but they saved up for a long time to get this run into their yard. So luxurious. Although, just like the electricity, it goes out at least 2 or 3 times a month for a day or so. So that's where I do my dishes, and this is where we have our, I hope you can see well in here. These pots are used outside when the electricity goes out, and we cook big amounts of food in there like samp. We cook pap, which is made of corn. This is where they do the outdoor cooking. They use the wheelbarrows to block the wind. Right over here is where I do my laundry, because at the time of the day I do it, there's usually like a nice breeze here. Then I have my buckets and stuff. Maybe in a different video I'll show you how I do my laundry. Probably not something I'm gonna miss about being here. Can't wait to not have to do any work to get my stuff cleaned. I'll take you to the edge of the property here. So if you take the road that way, you'll go down to a little town called Bambanana. And then if you take it up this way, it goes towards Ingwavuma, Swaziland. And yeah, so that is my house tour. Yeah. Avengers 1. Okay, I'm caving in. I'm gonna let them watch something else because Owetsu is crying. I'm just kidding, Owetsu. I'm gonna miss Owetsu too. He's mad at me.